Hello?
Hey, did I wake you? I mean, do you know who this is?
No, you didn't wake me. And you know I don't delete numbers out of my phone. Either way, I would never not recognize your voice. So what's going on?
So you're saying my voice is memorable?
Look, don't do that, Leah. We're not gonna sit up here on this phone and act like we're all buddy-buddy and act like you didn't break my heart.
It's been 5 years. I thought you moved past that. Plus, I read your recent interviews and you said a loss helped you grow. I know you were talking about us. How can you credit me for your growth but still be upset with me?
Look, I know this is not the reason you called me. Yes, it has been 5 years. And yes, I know that.
I saw your brother the other day. He said you haven't been able to connect with anyone since me.
My brother talks too much sometimes.
So he's telling the truth?
Look, is this the real reason you called me? To reopen a wound or what?
No, not at all. As you may know, I'm engaged and I'm getting married tomorrow. I know you still love me, and I'll call the wedding off. I just need to hear you say it.
If you've really been keeping up with me, then you would know that you and I are not meant to be. That was the past, and I took the opportunity to create a better self.
Then why are you still single, Jacob?
What does me being single have to do with anything? And you're starting to sound a little vain right now.
Why can't you answer the question? I just need to hear you say it.
Look, 5 years ago, you hit me with the, oh, it's not you, it's me speech. I know as a man, what I'm about to say may make me sound weak, but I literally cried myself to sleep for months. I would pray not to wake up. I gave my all to you, put my heart on the line, and that still wasn't enough. I accepted all of your flaws, but as soon as it drizzled over here on my end, you ran for shelter elsewhere.
I loved you, Jacob, but I didn't feel secured or protected by you.
Look, I know, and we've been over that time after time. Back then, I wasn't in a good headspace, and I didn't possess the skills needed for me to make my woman feel protected and secure. But I've been working on me, and I'm in a lot better space right now.
Are you? Are you really in a better space? Because I feel like I'm missing something.
Where's this coming from? What's going on with the man that you're supposed to be marrying tomorrow?
It's not you.
You know what this is? This is you getting cold feet. You don't want me. If you and I were meant to be together, we would have worked it out 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Why can't you just talk about the present? Let's start fresh.
The present? The present is you about to get married.
Answer this question. How would you feel if I said I do to another man?
I have accepted the fact that we're not supposed to be.
Have you?
Yes, I have. You do realize that you called me, right? And it's starting to feel like you're projecting your feelings onto me.
Why won't you just say it? I just need to hear you say it.
Look, do not use me as an excuse to call off your wedding.
You remember when we first met? You said that God whispered in your ear and said I was the one.
Yes, I remember, and I was just leaning towards my own understanding. I felt my flesh yearning for someone who I was admiring. But now I've got a more clear path and communication with the Lord.
Then what is he saying to you now? These past couple of years, I've watched you grow into the man I fell in love with. I watched you surpass your potential. You said to yourself, if I wouldn't have left, you wouldn't become the man you are today. I know I hurt you, but I believe we were supposed to be together. God wouldn't have your brother and I cross paths when I felt this emptiness inside. Even the mention of your name brought me happiness, even joy. Look, I know it was a big risk calling you tonight, but I couldn't go into tomorrow with no regrets. Jacob, please say something. I just poured out my heart to you. You and I both know God is not straightforward with his plans. I've watched you grow stronger in your faith and truly become a man of God. I know most men want a girl that's ride or die through thick and thin. But what about a girl that saw that she was a distraction, so she removed herself and supported from afar to watch that man achieve and become the man he's supposed to be?
Look, can I call you back?
Yeah, I'll be up for a while. I know I didn't hear you say it, but I love you, Jacob. I never stopped loving you. I just want the best for you. I hope to hear back from you.
Take care of yourself, Leah. Hey, Pastor. How's it going? I'm okay. It's just the way that the Lord is testing me tonight, though. But you know what? Never mind. I'm good. I'm good. I promise, Pastor. I'm okay. All right. I'll meet you at the church. All right, bye.
Brother Boyd, what seems to be troubling you tonight?
Leah called me tonight.
Sister Simpson. Yeah, I spoke with her father earlier today. How's she doing, by the way?
About to get married.
You know, I was kind of disappointed that they didn't ask me to officiate the wedding. How are you taking? I know we spent plenty of days here in this office discussing how your feelings were after she decided to end things with you.
Honestly, Pastor, when I heard that girl's voice, it reminded me of the first time I laid eyes on her. And that voice returned, telling me that is my wife.
You know, I would say that we have now come to the conclusion that that is not God.
Pastor, she called me to convince her to call off the wedding.
Say what now?
Yes, Pastor.
This is truly a dilemma. You came to me with a tough one late at night, Brother Boyd, and I never advise someone to break up a union. However, even though technically they aren't officially married, you have me walking here on a tightrope.
And you? How do you think I feel, Pastor? She wanted me to tell her that I still love her.
Do you, son?
Pastor, when I heard her voice, all of these feelings came rushing back in. I could hear when she smiled and when she tried to joke with me. And I pictured that same smile that used to brighten my day. I just couldn't handle her being all buddy-buddy on the phone with me. I could feel my defenses crumbling.
No. Brother Boyd, why do you feel the need to put up walls in this situation? You know, we've talked about this before, and that walls sometimes hurt us more than they protect us. Sometimes those walls block God's blessings because he puts them in things that we fear. You know, sometimes God just wants us to step out on faith and receive.
Pastor, do you honestly think that applies to this situation? He did separate us.
Listen, did he? Sometimes we give God credit for man-made decisions. You know, I'm scrolling here in my Bible here, and you know, there was a couple in the Bible, Sarah and Abraham. Okay, you know, God promised them an outcome. And their lack of faith, their manipulation of his words, which on their account was received incorrectly, produced words of their own bearing and made the timing of the situation worse.
Pastor, I don't really see how the story of Sarah and Abram apply to this situation.
Judging from our conversation in the past and the situation today, God promised you this relationship, but you know what's the problem, Jacob? Your lack of faith. So tonight's phone call might be God's way of letting you know that you cannot escape his promise, but I need you to walk the path that I have laid for you correct. There are no substitutions and still getting your results as he's presented them to us. But Jacob, once again, I don't condone breaking up a union. But if you truly feel God is intervening in this situation, this is my response to it.
You know what? Thank you, Pastor.
Anytime, my brother. My door is always open.